Hey y'all, so I'm driving, but I was thinking about this last night, but it was late and it was raining, so I didn't make a video, but I thought I would do it now. Just thinking about grief after divorce, like grief of a divorce. Obviously I've talked a lot about like grief from my grandfather's death on here, but there's grief in any loss and any life change. There's grief, so I've been feeling a lot of it now that the divorce is final. I feel like I'm in the now processing stage of things. Like everything's been so hectic for so long that now it's kind of like we're in the part of it where, okay, we've had all the interactions we need to have probably for the rest of forever, which is kind of strange to think about. I'm grateful to be out of something that was not healthy for me in the long run, but I'm also really sad because I did love Han and I love their family, and I vowed my life to them. I vowed to love them for the rest of my life. I made promises that I could not keep, and that weighs heavily on me sometimes because I take vows in marriage seriously, and so it is sad to me that I had to walk away from something that I thought was going to be the rest of my life. And 3.5 years, that was how long we were together. 2 of that was married, and that's the longest relationship to date for me personally. And so I've gone through plenty of breakups in my time, but not as much unraveling as a marriage. And this was the first relationship I'd had where the family of the person I was with was super close to me as well. Like every other past relationship, that person's family did not like me, or we weren't together long enough to create a bond to the level of I spent nearly every weekend of the past 3 years with Han and their family. So to suddenly have those people just like ripped out of my life is so jarring. I miss my nephew. I don't know if I can call him my nephew anymore because we're not married, but I miss him more than anything. That's been the hardest piece for me, is losing contact with him, and just how quickly everything happened. One day, I'm there babysitting him and helping my sister-in-law with stuff and dropping something off to my mother-in-law. And then 3 days later, we're splitting up and I never see them again. It's so jarring to process all of that, trying to figure out what do the holidays look like. Now I'm thrust back into the space I was in before, where I have to navigate family holidays again, where it's like that game that I play of trying to anticipate when someone's going to refer to me by name or by pronoun, and I try and get ahead of it. Like, for example, at Thanksgiving, if someone wants me to pass the butter to them or the salt or whatever, I try and just anticipate that they're about to ask and be like, oh, here's the butter, instead of waiting for someone to say the wrong name or pronoun to me. I'm back into that juggling match, which I didn't like, and I was glad to be away from, because I had a family unit that I was having holidays with that was comfortable and safe, and now it's gone. It's just completely gone. Like the other day I went to the store, just to Target, to get a couple things for work, and all the matching pajamas were out. And the past 3 years we've had matching pajamas with Han's family, and like that made me feel so sad. I didn't expect to, but like that was something that we did every year, was have matching pajamas. And this would have been the time of year where we were deciding what we were going to match as for this coming year. Like 2019 we were all Harry Potter matching pajamas. 2020 there wasn't anything because of COVID. Last year we were Scooby-Doo. So it's like, what was going to be the theme this year? And like those are things that I really, really loved and looked forward to. And I was thinking like, I'm so sad that on Christmas I'm not going to get to watch Coda open a bunch of presents. That was always like so joyful to me, to watch him open his presents, to experience Christmas through a child's perspective again. So for the last 3 Christmases, I've watched him open gifts and been a part of that. This would have been our 4th Christmas together. So a lot of those things changing has been really hard for me to process, because now I'm back to, well, it's going to be me and my mom and dad and Grammy on Christmas, which I love Grammy. I'm excited to be with her on Christmas, but it's not the same. It's not what I was doing. And now I'm back to the point where I feel like, okay, everyone else has their little kind of core family unit, you know. All my friends have somebody that they're with, and they've got their kids or their partners, and like everybody has their little unit, and then I don't have a unit anymore. I'm just free floating. I've got Ruben, but I don't have that core family anymore, and it's sad. It's sad because as much as I'm so glad to be out of a toxic relationship, there was so much about our life together that I really truly loved that I miss. And part of me feels a guilt for thinking about doing all of these things with someone else, because yeah, it's been 4 months almost exactly, but like I still have love for this person who I was going to spend my life with. I still have love for the family that I was going to be a part of for the rest of my life, and like those things are really hard to just stop feeling. Like my brain is like stop, but my heart is like still there. I think that's the hardest part for me as someone who like really gives a lot of myself, is like that's gone. So yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to share that it's a weird holiday season this year for me, post divorce. Like, you know, the first it's like the first holiday after a death. Like everything's different now. This is the first holiday after the divorce, and yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have expected this to be my life when it was Christmas last year. I didn't know that would be the last one. I think I would have valued it a little more. And you know, I didn't know it was all going to be the end of the things that I liked doing around the holidays. So I guess it's a good time to make new memories, make new traditions, all that kind of stuff. But right now I just feel like I'm stuck in the middle ground. Right now I'm again stuck in my parents' house, and that's not the best scenario. But you know, obviously I'd like to have my own space, and I don't like feeling like I'm a burden in their house. Like every time my mom vacuums, I'm like, oh my gosh, she hates having the animals here. You know, it's like these little things where I'm like, I just feel like I'm taking up too much space, you know? So who knows what we'll be in a year from now. I guess we can make a nice comparison next Christmas. Maybe I'll be in my own house. You know, we'll see. We'll see what'll be happening. But yeah, I love Ruben back there. Thanks for listening. I don't know if this makes any sense. I'm just kind of spitballing, but yeah, hope you guys are having a great week, and I'll talk to you next time.